We are now live. Once again, we're now live. Hello, everyone. Jeez, my eyesight needs some help. Hey, Jesus Christ. Um, I feel like without my glasses, everything's just too. It's blurry, which makes it a little bit brighter. It makes everything a little bit brighter. Oh, that's a little bit better. Maybe I don't need my other lights. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so this is my second stream for the day. I know it's it's because I am so busy, with my kid and his cousin was here, and so I had like two kids in the house. I had to take care of them, and it got really busy, so I had to end the stream abruptly earlier on because they were starting to wake up, and now that I'm all alone in my house, I have free reign to do whatever I want, which is the reason why I'm streaming. Um, So I'm just gonna continue drawing what I've been drawing the entire week. Okay, I'm almost done. So this page is pretty much done. I just need to render it and add some dialogue. Same with this page. This page is already rendered. I don't need to. Oh, there's a couple of things I can add here, especially on the blacks on her hair. It's kind of blending with the background. Here, this one's mostly done. Again, blacks on the hair here that are blending with the background. I need to do something about that. What about this one? This one almost done. I just need to delete a couple of layers here. I don't need this one's the other line art. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. This one's almost done, and oh, that's just the background. So there's 4 pages I want to do today. I'll do the dialogue tonight. What's really important is that I get to render them before the end of the stream, which shouldn't take long. I mean, it's just rendering. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the most simplest one. Okay, this one, because I just need to add some outlines. Where is it? I need to outline some outlines on her hair, and the way we're gonna do that is, okay, wait. It's just gonna add a white outline like this, right? So we make everything white, and then we go to the selection tool. Where is my thing? There it is. Outside, maybe let's go 10 pixels wide, and boom. Okay, if that's gonna happen, we put that underneath there, and now look at that. It's kind of like a sticker, It makes it pop out. Um, oh, it even makes this thing a bit more flashy. I like the effect. Well, we need to clean it up because I don't like the effect. There's some dirt in it, if you know what I mean. That I need to clean, um, especially here. Actually, I kind of like that. I'm gonna keep that, but mostly outside the outline here, right? Like that. Okay. Here too. See? There's a lot of effects going on here. Hopefully I captured that feeling, right, of the blast here. She's making this blast. Nah, it doesn't matter. I think I did. I think I captured that pretty well. Finally, this part. Okay, very simple. All right, that should be it. There's one more thing I want to add, which is with these lines here, I want to like cut it off here like that. All right, I don't know what it's called, but I like the look of it. Small detail, barely noticeable. Same with the fingers here. And this blast here. Okay. All right. And that's done. I just need to add the dialogue. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to erase the hair here. Yeah, it shouldn't be there. Okay, that's better. Ah, more here. Okay, that's done. I really love this. Big blast. And then let's skip to the next page. I don't know what else to add here, so let's just skip to the next page. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know what else to add here. Okay, this thing, I just need to render the characters just a little bit with some screen sounds. Nothing too fancy. I still want to keep it majority black and white. Oh, this is not 100% black, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Thought it was gray. For me, this is really the fun part. It's the rendering part. It's where the drawing becomes a lot more alive, right? See that? Way more interesting. Okay. By the way, guys, I've been contemplating. Zanu, what's up, man? Hey, welcome to the stream, buddy. I'm just chilling, making this manga. This is a multi-stream, by the way, just in case you hear me talk about some random stuff that you might not see on stream. Might be a chatter on another stream. But right now it's pretty quiet, so yeah. This is your own manga. This one, yes, it is. I'm just finishing up a couple more pages. Um, by rendering it like this, adding screen tones. I'm actually doing two stories. This one's one of them. This one's my own story, and another one is a collaboration between an author, right? One of my clients, um, he wants to do a one shot, so I'm doing it for him. It's fine. That's pretty cool. How many chapters have you got in? This is around. This is actually the fourth chapter. Chapter 3 is not finished yet, but it's like 2 or 3 pages in. However, I decided to stop doing chapter 3 because I am entering a manga competition and I want to make chapter 4 as my entry because chapter 4 is well, it's not really a separate story, but it's more of a complete story from page 1 to the end of the chapter. So I wanted to enter chapter 4 as in a competition. So I'm prioritizing this even though chapter 3 is not finished yet. But that's just a couple of pages away from finishing anyway. So by the time the competition ends, I'll have like 4 or 5 chapters in, man. I'm also not planning on publishing this anywhere until the competition ends too. So you can't find this online just yet. Who knows? You might be watching the next Attack on Titan. Ambitious, I know. Man, I got dreams. Okay, I really don't like this shadow. This gray thing is kind of bugging me. I'm just gonna remove it. That is if I can find the layer. There it is. Just gonna remove it. I don't think I need it. There's already a shadow there. I'm not gonna remove it totally. Just, you know what, I have a better brush for it. Um, this thing. Let's get that back up, and instead of removing it like that, let's remove it like this, so it has more texture to it, So it's still a bit useful to me. And let's add that black in. See? Way more interesting than just erasing it. Okay. What's the story about, or is it a secret until it drops? It's not a secret. Well, there are some secrets I want to keep, but I don't mind telling the story, a little bit of it, right? So this world, it's not really, well, it is set in medieval times, but it's like it's the story is a bit derivative from a couple of animes that I really like. A couple of story beats, from mainly Attack on Titan, where this world is kind of enclosed by a magical barrier made out of divine lightning, quote unquote. Um, And that's kind of how my intro starts, explaining the world and why it's like this. And the last vestige of humanity is protected by this barrier by an entity called the Dredge. The Dredge is mostly a secret for now, but they're the main antagonist. And the main goal of our protagonist is to venture outside the barrier, and they have to form a crew to do that, because of some laws. It's not that people don't go out. Actually, they go out the barrier quite regularly. But there are some protocols. You need a crew. You need to pay a fine, and you need a few things. And so that's where the first story arc. Um, that's what it's all about. Is getting all of that out of the way. So the main story of the first story arc is to help our main characters get a crew. And again, very derivative. Might remind you of One Piece. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Do you want to see a couple of my pages? Um, Actually, this is I'll show it to you anyway. But it's a work in progress. I'm planning to revise a lot of it, so I don't mind showing it to you because it's gonna get revised anyway, like heavily revised. So this used to be my intro. I plan to recycling my intro. Can you see it on the stream? Wait, let me check if it's working. Okay. Let's just put that there on the side, right? I plan on revising this because I think it's too on the nose. It's too obvious. I want to keep this stuff, all of this stuff, later on, right? So that's the dredge right there. They're planning to invade this planet. It's not necessarily Earth, but it is Earth-like. You know how kind of Tolkien does it. He doesn't call it Earth; he calls it Middle Earth, but it's basically just Earth, right? Um, so yeah, great. But again, I plan to on removing all of this, right, from here to here and here. So this is basically like the humans and the gods facing off against the dredge, and everybody loses. So again, I plan to remove all of that of my chapter one because I think it's just too convoluted. I want to start simple, and maybe just drop some hints over time. And this is the creation of the barrier. And Laikishi is the name of the land, right? It's a massive land. Um, and this is the first main protagonist. This is the main one of the two main protagonists. There are two protagonists, okay? Uh, and it's kind of like her introduction here. And I want to remove this too. This is a pretty useless page in my opinion. And so imagine if you just go from here and straight to here and remove the top half of this. And she just goes straight to like outside the bar, right? And we meet our second protagonist. There are two main protagonists, kind of like how Full Metal Alchemist does it, with Al and Ed. I think it was Ed. Yeah. And this is the Virgil Village arc, introduction to the Virgil Village. Yeah, just a couple of things, story beats here. Yeah. Again, this has some action scenes. She gets chased. And if you look closely here, her sandals comes off. And she fights without it. Look, well, here I gotta revise this because she has it back on here. But on subsequent panels, she doesn't have it on. And yeah, here she gets caught, and then she woofs, drops kicks this guy. There's one without a sandal and one without. And again, here doesn't have a sandal. I think it's kind of funny, right? And this is the explanation. This page just explains my magic system, power system, magic system, whatever. Which is rune coins, like rune magic, right? And it's kind of again derivative of Witch Hat Ateliers, but not exactly. I'm not like just copying it one to one. I'm adding my own stuff into it. So yeah, I'm kind of debating of because I'm not really sure if I want to put some, like romantic stuff in here, and I'm not sure. What do you think? Should I? It's kind of, I don't know. I'm not against it. I'm just nervous that I'm gonna do a bad job at it, and that people won't like that stuff. I'm not quite sure where my audience is because I haven't really published it. I mean, no surprise, right? So I wouldn't know. Personally, I like it. You like it? No, you mean like some romantic stuff? Because I have a female protagonist, and I'm thinking of being careful with that. I don't want to be seen like like some creep and shit. She's not a minor though. She's in his 20s, her 20s. So I no reason, I guess, right? You read my last message? Wait. I feel like romance would be nice, but not right at the start. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's what I'm thinking too. I think messages are a bit delayed, yeah. Because that all came in like one one queue. So yeah. Maybe I'll add that later on. You're absolutely right. It's not good to maybe give some hints about a few characters and gauge where the audience wants it to go, and then decide for myself what do I want to do with them. I think that's what Bleach did because for the longest time people wanted to. I don't know if you watch Bleach, okay, but for the longest time people wanted Rukia and Ichigo to be you know to end up together, but that didn't happen. And I guess it was a decision from like a conscious decision from the mangaka while he was gauging where the audience wants it to go. This horse kind of looks weird. I'm not really used to drawing horses. I spent the entire week last week just drawing a lot of horses from reference, and I gotta admit, I did trace a few horses here too, just to get the hang of it. But I eventually was able to learn how to draw a horse without the need of a reference, and I kind of like it. I like the result, even though some of them looks a bit wonky still. Hmm. Okay, all right. This is pretty much done. I need to revise his belt here. Because it's a normal belt, but then the other one looked like a sash. As you a big One Piece fan? Are you a big One Piece fan? I see the Mary in the back. I am a big One Piece fan, yes, but that is not the Mary. I know it looks like a goat. It's supposed to be a cow. This thing is supposed to be a cow, a farm animal called a caribou, kind of inspired by water buffaloes, and a bit of appa in there. Okay. All right, this is pretty much done. Let's move into the next page. I'm just looking what else I can do here. You know what I do? I can probably add a gradient effect like this. Oh, I like it. Yeah, buddy. See that texture? Like the figurine. Oh, the fig in my back. Oh yeah, there's a straw hats is over there, right? I think I'm just missing Sanji and Usopp for the original five straw hats. I got like two choppers though. I got the Mary and I get the Sunny. But yeah, I just need Sanji and Usopp, and then maybe I'll go for the rest of the crew, Robin and everybody else. Just got myself a macro Funko Marco. Marco Funko. As soon as I knew, I got excited, brought it. Nice, nice, nice. Marco. Wait, who's Marco? There's so many characters in One Piece. Marco. Fucking hell, man. I don't remember now. Marco is the guy with white beard, right? Yeah, with the blue phoenix thing. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's my wife's favorite. Oh no. It was Law. My wife likes Law. Whoops. All right, I don't have anything else to add here. Let's move on to the next page. This page, I just need to do the same thing from what I did earlier with the hair thing, right? So make everything white. Select that. Okay, now put that underneath everything. All right, just erase a couple of things here. So this is a different story from the one I was just drawing right now. This is my second entry for the competition. Okay. All right, this is done. Let's move on to the next. Okay, this thing needs a lot of work. This is awesome, dude. Thanks, man. Finn YK, welcome to the stream, man. Okay, this thing needs a lot of help still. Like the background. Okay, I'm just gonna finish the background here, and I think this is pretty much it. I got a few revisions for a couple of pages before this. They're just waiting. Wait, my cables are interfering with my drawing setup. Give me a sec, guys. Okay. So this guy is standing on a hill. I don't need to be precise. I just need to imply the shape, okay? It's a grassy hill, so a bit fluffy. You know what? I drew in the wrong layer. Let's erase this. And I'm gonna draw in the background layer. Make that white. There you go. Oops. Okay. Should be good. You know, I can't. What? Oh. Never mind. Don't worry about that. All right, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Maybe this could serve as a tutorial if you ever get into manga creation and just drawing in general, okay? If you saw what I just erased there, it was one bunch of supposedly mountains, right? However, I don't need to actually draw the mountain. I have a file here for all my stuff. And what I usually do just to save some time is to copy paste these things, right? Actually, I want to do this. And just make sure I know where my vantage points are. I should be fine. Just put that there. Let's make another one. Okay, that's good. Doesn't have to be accurate. You kind of get the deal, right? Let's do this really long one. Just to save some time. Make it smaller if it's further away. Okay. That looks good. Let's do one more. What about this long one here? Maybe this one's a bit closer, so it's thicker, like that. And boom. Now we get a valley. I just need to make sure where my layers are. Separate the cow. There you go. Right? How quick was that? I cheat sometimes, I know, right? Now I just need to draw a couple of things. Maybe small hills. Small grassy hills in the distance. Maybe a road leading up to where we are now. Have you done this with the horse too? You mean like copy paste? No. Well, I should probably do that though. Um, but yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea to do that with the horses. I do have a horse brush. Again, more cheating. Let me see if I can show you my horse brush. It's called cavalry or knights. See? I could just put that there. Right? How that's so just cheating, right? uh I barely use that. I've used it like once. Just for some background stuff when you know it's not really important. You just want to add some textures into the background. I know. It's uh it's definitely cheating in my opinion. But hey, I don't mind cheating. I'm not a purist. this process is actually kind of slower than my normal process, just because I'm very new to just drawing it black and white without any grays. And I don't have a process for that, which makes everything a lot longer. I mean, I don't know where my layers should go, how to organize it. Not yet, at least. But normally, with my other clients, I have like a very rigid process, so it's those pages finishes really, really quickly without any like reservations, without any revisions, rather. All right, it's looking good. How often do you stream? Twice a week, around Saturday and Sunday, 9 p.m. Philippine time. I know it's already a Monday on my end. I streamed yesterday, but it was so I ended it abruptly because of my son. I gotta prioritize his needs. So he wanted to play with me, so I got in the stream. So I'm streaming again just to make up for time. But I shouldn't be streaming around today anyway. But that's okay. My son's not here. He's like away for a bit, um, walking with his mom. So I have like free reign on how drawing alone in my house. Hey, Billowhead. What's up? Just finished watching your last live stream. Oh, and then now you're here. Dude, you're a fan. Hey, dude. I'm kind of flattered, man. Okay. So now that we got like the overall oops. We got the overall outline finished, we need to add a little bit of points of interest. Actually, you know what? We'll add um more line variations, right? Line weight variations. So I need a thicker brush, and I want to add thicker lines to where the shadow will be more prominent. So this is supposed to be a road, which I'll make it clear later. And this part of the road is going to cast just a little bit of shadows, enough for me to make it thicker like that. Same here. Okay. I like learning. Hey, into the right place then. I have a couple of tutorials coming up for my YouTube videos, but the next few videos I think is going to be more world building stuff. Um, I'll add a few tutorials here and there in those videos too. I mean, I always like teaching the things that I know. I kind of enjoy it. It kind of boosts my ego, you know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Only a little bit. All right. Now, what else can we do here? So I like adding more blacks now onto my drawings. I used to be afraid of adding too much black because I don't know how to shade it. But just being brave with it goes a long way. So we're gonna shade the parts that are in shadow with the mountains with just all black like this. Okay. Thicker lines, more pronounced value. It kind of diverts your attention to that part of the canvas, right? We're gonna add a few textures too. It's not just going to be pure black, right? Something like that will add texture to the mountain. When drawing mountains, you want to think like the mountain. If the mountain is, well, mountains are usually rugged, right? There are some exceptions, of course, but they have jagged edges. So what I like to do is I make my hands like stiff as well, like a mountain. Hey, it's kind of like earth bending. I think like a mountain. I think like a rock. But yeah, just and then you make this jagged shape. So think like a mountain, guys. I want to draw mountains. Okay, I like that. I like the result. Almost done, halfway through. Since I'm copy pasting a lot of my mountains, I like to also change a couple of the peaks just to make it a little bit different, you know? I don't want it to look all the same all the time. But the point of doing that is just to make things a lot faster. It's not to get rid of the work, it's to make the work lot more efficient, right? So maybe change a few shapes here and there. Maybe I'll get rid of this part. Right, there we go. Never mind, they look different with shading. Yeah, they do. That's because I draw over them, and they, it will always have that variation. So this implies that the sun is coming from this way, and everything here is lit, right? That's hitting that face of the mountain. It is being lit by the sun. We'll add another peak here. Again, I just want to make it more variant. They're facing a magical tower, which is not important at the moment, but I want to make it visible here. It's important later on, so maybe just a bit of foreshadowing. I actually drew a world map. Okay, I'm going to show you. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm pretty sure Zonapi Zonap on Twitch Zono hasn't seen it yet. Sorry, can't read your name. Um, because I'll show you what the tower looks like on the world map. Yeah, okay. This it's not finished yet. I probably should finish this week. But it's supposed to be this Gileas Tower. So Virgil Village is here, like I showed you earlier with the page, and they're facing this hill here, this mountain range here. So we should see this. It's a broken tower. Gileas Watch. Yeah, so it should be this thing. So it shouldn't be important. So it's not really detailed, right? But I just want to show that it's there. It's not even that big. You and Bob Ross are mountain drawing champion. Nah, don't compare me to Bob Ross, man. It's too good. I'm not the same level. By the way, how good was Bob Ross? Say, like, not even just an artist, like, just as a person. It's Bob for me. It was if I could bring back a dead person back to life, just to talk to them for a day. It's either Bob Ross or Steve Irwin. To me, I'm leaning on Steve Irwin. He was my childhood hero, man. It was so good. That looks like from Gachiakuta. Does Gachiakuta have a sour? I don't remember. I think it does. That's that. Oh yeah, I remember. It's that the girl, right? Yeah. Actually, it's more inspired by the tower in Lord of the Rings. Well, it's not in Lord of the Rings, but in by the time in Lord of the Rings, this particular tower is already destroyed. What's it called? It's a small watchtower where Frodo gets stabbed. In Lord of the Rings, that thing is already broken, but it's supposed to be important. Um, in the Silmarillion, and in my story, it's a runesmith tower. Underneath the tower, there's a school there. All right, I guess these mountains looks unique enough. Okay, now we can add a little bit of a point of it. You know what? I'm gonna add some shadows to the cow here. So the sun is should be this way, right? Yeah. Okay. Point of interest. Let's add a couple of trees. I have trees here too. There's a dead tree. You know what? Let's add some rocks. Yeah. Whoops. Did I not copy it? Let's add some rocks. Where is it? I think that tower is in everything. Lol, it's in Bleach too. It's not. It's a tower, right? It's not really a. It's not really a novelty thing. Nobody has a copyright thing for a tower. Towers are pretty. I mean, it's in Bruce Lee too, right? Bruce Lee movies. Um, yeah. I kind of don't like this rock, to be honest with you. It looks out of place. I think I need more rocks. Let's just draw a couple that, a random rock here. It looks out of place because it's a lonely rock. It's the only thing here. It's the only rock there is. So let's make a couple of more rocks. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Add some trees. Actually, I don't want to add some trees. I think it kind of ruins the vibe of the environment. Let's just stop with rocks, yeah? And then I just need to detail out these grassy plains here. This part is gonna take a while. I think dots like this just adds a little bit more depth to the environment. Oh yeah, the road. They're gonna make it look like a road. The way you do that is just implying that it's made out of rough things than this fluffy thing here. To contrast it like that. Oof, hand's kind of shaking now. Hands is a bit tired. Just drawing a lot of dots. Gonna fill this up here, here, more here. Okay. Looks a bit empty, right? Let's add some clouds. Oh, hey, I'm a nerd on drawing displays. Huh? Oh, hey, I'm a nerd on drawing displays and wonder what people use. What you drawing on? I use a Cintiq 24. You use a Cintiq 24 Pro? Dude, that is one of the best tablets out there, dude. This is just a Canvas 22 plus. It's not even nowhere clear near as good as what you have. Unless yours is broken, maybe. And maybe even then the thing is still better. That is an expensive tablet though. I wouldn't really recommend anybody getting that unless you're a professional. But if you have that, then good on you, man. That's a, it's a really good tablet. Okay, I'm pretty much done with this. Oh yeah, this guy. Should I just copy paste this? Let's see if it works. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. All right, it's not too obvious that I just copy pasted it, right? This is a low camera angle, so we shouldn't see the ground, and we should just mostly see the sky on this part here. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. What I'm gonna do though is make this horn just a little bit thicker. This is actually one of my problems, is that I think I'm drawing with a brush that's too thick. I mean, just that's too thin, rather. Well, I wasn't bragging. I wish I got the cheaper one. By the time I brought it, it was that's when Huion and DP pen, XP pen, you mean, became good, and it was like, oh man, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I did own a Cintiq one time, but I kind of sold it due to some financial problems, and yeah, I don't really miss it. I'm not really, that I view. Sorry, Jesus. I don't miss it because now that I've used a cheaper tablet, there's not really much difference to, well, there is, but it's not noticeably different. Uh, it's not like I can draw less properly here. I can still draw quite well. In fact, pretty much the same as in when I had the Cintiq. Okay, that's pretty much done. Let's just now render this thing. My rendering process is so inconsistent too. Very inconsistent. Ugh. I probably shouldn't be doing this. You know, I'm not gonna do that. Let's let's instead just color the part where I think it's the gray should go, and everything else should just be white. I'm not trying to be lazy, but I also don't want to the process to be overly complicated because I need a style that's also sustainable that I can draw it consistently every week. And if it's too complex, then I won't be able to do that. So I kind of just maintain this like consistency, like just black and white and a gray screen tone that you're seeing now. This is not really gray; it's just a screen tone, right? Mm, just to maintain a good and healthy art style that I can sustainably draw every week without getting burned out. You know, that's always bad. Oh yeah, I know it's not the total tool. It's the artist. No, I was just wondering what should I use. Yeah, 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 of course. I know you know that. It's fine. I don't mind bragging, you know. I know you weren't bragging. I'm just jealous anyway. I mean, who doesn't want a Cintiq? Okay. And this is the contract. It has a special texture, which should be this thing here. There you go. Oh no, I did. I put that in the wrong layer. Wait, we'll do that again. Okay. I do want to shade him it here because it's like a landscape shot. At least want to do some random lighting scenario. You know what I mean? That moose cow is dope. Thanks. Kind of inspired a little bit by Appa from uh, the last Airbender. Yeah. And it has a name. Her name is Flower. Okay, I like that. I was gonna add the landscape. Let's render this a little bit. Add some gray too. Hmm. Man. Oh, I gotta stretch my back. Oh, my neck too. Oh, everything's cracking. Old age. Okay, again, not too much detail there. Just enough. I really need to figure out my landscape drawings because I'm not really that good at them. Maybe that's a skill I can get better off over time, right? And my rendering too. I feel like this cow needs a bit of more line weight. So I'm just gonna put some random black stuff. That sounds dirty. Just around the area where like objects are right next to each other. And it's gonna create this inner shadow effect. Some hatching lines at the back. Just to imply more fur. Yeah, I like how it's looking right now. That definitely helped. Mm. See, so much better. Okay, almost done. And I guess this is pretty much done. Now, I want to draw a background here. Because they kind of have this thing here, right? And she's at the back, chilling. Oh, I like it. Let's keep it. Okay. All right, got nothing else to add here. Just dialogue, which again I'll add tonight. That's not really that exciting to see anyway. Uh, but maybe I'll make a tutorial about it. To be more specific, you know. What else do we have to do? So this is done. This is done, and this is done. Okay. So I think I have like two more pages, right? Let me take a look. Yeah. Oh man, there's still a lot to do. So this thing's already done. Just some rendering. And this thing's also done too. Just some background stuff. Yeah. I guess it's not much to do. Let's just render this. I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to copy paste this background again, okay? Because I just need that mountain range and I'm going to erase the rest of it. This mountain range, that's all I need. Okay. That's good. Photoshop just stopped working randomly. And that's it. Same here. Whoops. I want to remove that tower. What the hell is that? And we're done with the background. See how quick that was? We can get into rendering now. Mm. I'm really just experimenting, guys. Especially with the background, I have no clue what I'm doing. I should have put this on another layer. This rendering thing. So much quicker to do that. I'm wasting my time. Well, maybe not wasting my time, but I'm doing something that could be done quicker. All right, again, I'm just experimenting. See if the texture actually looks good. Is there some grace there? There is, but it's not noticeable. It's fine, the printers. Hopefully. Okay, this page. Oh, no, I gotta... Please flip that background on that panel matches the rotation. Yeah, it's fine. It's not important. It's just I treat background like a texture, especially unless it's like an important scene, right, where the background is main stage. Then yeah, I would be more specific. But the background here is more like a texture than a character. I don't want them to be overly detailed because they're not the focal point. The characters are the focal point. There are some panels where that is the case. For example, that overlooking shot that I did earlier. The background, if you notice, I took a lot of time drawing the background there. and that's because the background was an important segment for that panel. He is wearing a belt instead of a sash, so we're gonna change that. Let's make it have straps. Like that. Okay, it's good enough. I'm trying my best not to rush this, but I'm getting that urge to do that again. Which is a very amateur thing to do. It's not really good. Don't be like me. I'm trying not to be like me. Okay, I like that. She doesn't have much color in her, except for this thing in her back. This is a religious symbol. It's not really part of the religion, but the jacket means something to her, so she keeps it anyway. Man, I can't wait to show you what she's capable of. These two are capable of. Basically, my two main protagonists. The girl is the brawler, right? And then the guy, the kid, she is the infiltrator. That's the one. He is the infiltrator. Yeah. So just to tell you about the expeditions, because the people in this world go on expeditions outside of the barrier. The barrier that I told you about earlier. And the reason why they do that is a couple of things. For resources, since the world is dead, the resources in within the walls are pretty limited, so they kind of scavenge whatever they can outside of the barrier. Oh, this barrier right here. Okay, so this is the world. Okay, this red thing is a barrier. This red circle, and everything within the circle are what the humans just are humans, and everything outside of it is the dredge. Okay, so they kind of venture outside of the barrier, this shield that's created, and they either gather resources or they hunt for like these entities, right? These dredge entities. And sometimes you need an infiltrator to scout the area because it's a very dangerous place. It's a whole thing I've written. Oh yeah, I need to revise this too. The cow here looks different, huh? Hmm. Okay, I hate revising, to be honest with you, because it kind of ruins the momentum. So you should have horns like this. Pattern here, like that. Here too. So that's the reins. I need to get rid of this horn. Connect these two here. And this is fur, more fur. And that's kind of like his little station there. Okay, that's revised. This one I need to revise as well. It should be a little bit more easier. So it's this part is thinner because it's in a different angle. Okay. And oh yeah, the reins. Okay, now everything should be revised. Whoops, dude, I'm jumping all over the place. Hey. All right, already rendered. Oh, there's some parts here that I forgot. Man, I keep forgetting to revise this part. So she jumps off from the cow and towards the people on the below. Okay. Oh, I gotta revise the reins here. I drew it like a horse. Here, see? So reins are the thing that you use to navigate a horse or a cow. If you're gonna do that, right? It's a thing that you hold to tell it to go left or right or go faster. So here I originally have it on his nose, like a normal horse. But now since I have this horn, I have it up top here like a bike instead, which I really like. This thing is too low. I'm gonna extend it here. That. All right, so that's pretty much it, I think. Oh, here, I forgot to revise this as well. Man, there's so many, because the thing is that the way I design things is on the fly. So for example, I'm drawing this cow, right, for the first time. And okay, this is a cool design. And then another scene, I'm drawing the cow again. It's like, what if I drew it this way? Oh, this is a cool look. So I have two very slightly designed two different cows now. So okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna go back to the other one, the first drawing, to revise it to the way I'm drawing it now. But I'll tell myself I'll do that later, and then I draw a third cow, right? Another scene where this cow is in, and then I think of a different way to draw him again, and now I have got like two variations of the same cow. Not good. It's just bad practice, really. Okay, I like it. I'm going to finish this here. Not the stream, but this page in particular. All right. Again, I don't want to dwell too much in the background. All right. I think we could even improve on this by just making better shadows. But this is the best I can do for now, guys. I don't want to overly complicate the process. It's already very complicated. And I haven't even added the dialogue yet, right? Oh, yeah, this thing. I forgot. Damn. Okay, fine, fine, fine. One more page. One more page. And finally, I can rest a bit, right? Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. See, in this case, the background is important, so I'm going to make it a bit more detailed. Tell myself not to rush things again. Okay, so that's good. You can sort of tell when I drew this that I had a lot of energy than what I have now. Because it's highly detailed drawing. And I'm kind of rushing things now, which is not good. I gotta catch myself. And this has been a problem with me for a very long time. Whenever I catch myself, like at the very verge of finishing a project, I tend to start rushing things. Not because I wanna just finish the thing. That's part of it, but because I'm really excited to see the final product. Again, not very good. That's not good. Don't do that. Yeah. These are just random members of the Band of the Bears, a mercenary group that are main protagonists will be working alongside with. They're basically the good guys here. The Band of the Bears. One more thing, there another reason why I'm rushing it is I'm trying to finish this before my son comes home because I want to spend more time with him than this drawing. But at the same time, I also want to finish the drawing. Oof, almost done. All right, done. Everything is done. Ah, I'm so happy. This turned out really great. I spent a lot of time redrawing this particular page here yesterday, but it was worth it. Ended up really well. Oh man, my back hurts, my neck hurts, my hand hurts. Drawing for like 10 hours a day. I mean, I've been drawing for 2 hours right now, but earlier I was drawing for five. No, three. It's a total of five. And before that, I was drawing for two. It's just nonstop drawing every day. And if you're asking me if I'm burnt out, yeah, you bet I'm burnt out. But that's the thing. you draw even if you're burnt out. It's not really a problem for me to draw while burning out while I'm burnt out, because I'm always excited to draw regardless if I'm burnt out. And the reason why is because I have ideas, right? And I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. I better finish my job right now so I can get to actually realizing this new idea I have. And so I force myself to draw, to start doing some of my own stuff, and that relieves a lot of the stress, a lot of the burned out um feeling. That feeling of being burnt out. It's just to make yourself be excited. You're drawing now? Nice. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm not ending the stream. I'm just gonna chat with people that are in the stream, you in particular. But yeah, my neck hurts, man. Just give me like 5 minutes, and we're going to start drawing the world building stuff from this map. It's like a little bit of here, right? Just a little bit more. I'm gonna need this map for my next video too. You gotta be motivated again. Hey, there you go. You love to hear it. Yeah, man. I'm really excited because I got a few ideas for revisions for my chapter one. Um, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were there, but I was explaining my chapter one to another viewer. I gotta have to remove a couple of things and revise a couple of things, redraw a couple of panels just to make it perfect. And I'm really hyped for that. This week, I'm not going to make more pages for chapter four, which is the pages that you saw me draw earlier. Instead, I'm going to go back to chapter one and redraw a couple of the earlier pages there, as well as draw some world building stuff for the factions that are in my story, the characters. I'm gonna draw them, um, just for everybody to be on board. Sweet, yeah, man. Tonight I'm not going to stream. I'm going to instead apply the dialogues here. That's gonna take some time. I'm drawing covers for my 4 chapters of mine, even though I'm still drawing chapter one. Hey, there you go. Drawing covers. Nice, nice, nice. If you want some tips here, the most important page in your manga, in your story, comic book, whatever, is the first page. It is the determining factor if your reader is going to flip to the next page, right? So in my case, I've redrawn my first page about 4 times now, and I'm redrawing it again for the 5th time. So this week. Yeah, I also have a couple of unused pages too. I don't even know where I put it, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can. Is it here? Oh, one moment. It's a big file, okay? Photoshop is taking a while. Um, Give me a sec. I'm gonna see if just accidentally show you some work related stuff. Oh yeah, here. Found it. So I got like these panels here that are unused. These pages are unused, right? This is like a flashback of our protagonist. I like this stuff. There's a ripping off the head of this guy. You can see its spine coming out, something like that. Because he was about to hurt the kid, right? And then she comes running in, jumps, and just accidentally pulls the head of the guy. She doesn't know her own strength. I actually need to revise the ears here. I don't like the way I drew it, especially here. It looks too stumpy. It doesn't look cute. And also this hair. What's going on here? Yeah, so she wakes up. She gets this actually needs to be flipped. This panel should be right above you, above. So she gets found on this old man's farm, and she wakes up, but she can't remember anything. She lives in the farm for a while, and then ends up living with this boy who becomes where is he? Where is he? Who become eventually becomes Aki, this kid right here, who she adventures with, and yeah, I love this drawing of the village. Yeah, I remember you drawing those. Hey, you're an OG man. You are a fan. Yeah, I haven't used this actually. I was trying to uh, rethink my chapter one again, and I thought I should just probably save this for a flashback scene because at the end of chapter three there is a flashback, one or two pages worth of flashback that happens um before we get to the next chapter, right after chapter three. This is another storyline where they are in this temple being chased by ghouls, and she fires off a big blast here. She summons her weapon, fires a blast, destroys a lot of the rubble, destroys the zombies, ghouls. I need to render that. Yeah, it's okay. And she weakens herself. OG was the first live actually. Caught live. Yeah. Well, I'm still in the earlier stage of my content creation career, quote unquote, right? So anybody who just watches me, I would consider an OG. Yeah. I was really nervous about this because I didn't know how to draw a dark temple, but it turned out really nice. This texture here, this wall texture, turned out really good. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna stop drawing for a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit burnt out. Okay, I need a little bit of a break. I actually want to play some games, but I don't know which games I'm gonna play. I'm really excited for Black Desert. Oh, sorry, not Crimson Desert, but that's not coming out until next month. Um, so what are we gonna do? I guess I could just end the stream. There's nothing else to do. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next week, Saturday and Sunday, as per usual. And next week will be some world building stuff, along with maybe one or two pages. And yeah, thank you for streaming. No worries, man. Always a pleasure having you. I'll see you next time. Love you.